skin. Let's all come together.
Welcome to Thick Skin. This Thick Skin.
Yeah,
Ross. Debate
Anytime.
edition. Roast battle. Presidential roast battle edition.
I love it. Welcome to the show, folks. You got Ed Larson here, and I'm Jeff Ross. It is Friday night. We are in Los Angeles, California, just hours after the 65 million people watched the debate last night. Incredible numbers.
Huge numbers. Incredible numbers. The biggest numbers there ever was.
Unlike
That's
us
awesome.
here on stereo, who are just eking it out one at a time.
Oh, man. That was an interesting debate. Did you like the new style more than the old one?
I thought it was great because they got to actually sort of debate and make points. And I thought they both did. You know, here's what I'll say. I think the old white dude squeaked it out at the very end.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100% correct. It's
I
good
don't
to
care
have
what your
options.
politics are, but it was a great night for old white guys.
The Muppets would be very proud. The Muppets would be proud.
The Muppet guys, what were their names?
Waldorf.
And Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah.
It was a great night for Statler and Waldorf last night. And, I think whatever happens, our democracy is in bad hands. Not bad hands. Old hands, I should say.
Shaky hands.
Shaky hands.
Yeah.
We're on shaky ground with shaky hands. But, I thought Biden was very presidential. I thought this was the most presidential Trump's ever been. I thought
absolutely.
The debate rules helped them both.
Well, yeah, because last time Trump just looked like a lunatic. And this time he was poised, he struck when he was supposed to. It's hard to compliment the man, but he did a decent job.
Even though he was slinging some real bullshit about Biden making money in other countries, it sounded like some nonsense that they threw together just to have a retort. But
oh no, for sure. It's like every one of his crimes, he just flipped it and said Joe Biden did it. Which is like a perfect defense. Because, the thing is, I know everything he's saying is a lie, but I got to say, like, half the time, like, if you caught my own brain slipping, I was like, oh, is he telling the truth? He's just so convincing. You can see how people fall for it.
Well, it's like roast jokes. You make enough roast jokes about Bob Saget killing a woman in 1993, people start to believe it. Which is what Gilbert did that one time. You start to go, did that really happen? And like, what does any of this really have to do with, the world burning and the plague that we're happening? It's like, at this point, does it matter who's corrupt? It's more like, who's going to save us, save our democracy?
Yeah. I mean, to me, the easy answer is just, is your life better than it was 4 years ago?
I guess, but it's more like, is everyone's life better? Or promoting racism. Other than calling the Proud Boys the Poor Boys, which may have been intentional, I thought Biden, was gaffe-free, if you will.
Yeah, he definitely stutters a little bit and, stuff like that. But for the most part,
I have a theory about the stutter. I don't have a problem. I guess it's a stutter, but more importantly, he's reaching for the right words. He's a thoughtful speaker, whereas Trump's just shooting it from the hip as quick as he can, interrupting, just trying to improvise. But Biden wants to get the words right. Words matter. And I think that might be part of what's happening there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the stutter, I mean, my buddy Kai said he should address the stutter. I'm like, it's not that bad. No one's thinking about that. He's already addressed it a million times. Plus, like, fuck it. He doesn't need to explain himself.
That's how he talks.
Yeah. We all
Mike
stutter.
Tyson.
We all stutter if we have a bad Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah. Mike Tyson doesn't have to address the stutter.
Yeah, whatever he's doing. But I think Biden was just looking for the right words. He said, you know, he wants to get the numbers and names right, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, because he cares about the facts. It's but what do you think about Kristen Welker? I thought she did great.
She did great. I mean, I would have been better, but I thought she did great.
Oh man, how do we get you one of these jobs? Do you have to become a revered journalist or something? What do we got to do?
Yeah, I mean,
if they want ratings, right?
I mean, first of all, I'd have to be able to smoke pot during this thing just to get through it.
Like a real stereo call.
Exactly, like right now.
So what's our question of the day here on Thick Skin? Is it going to be who won the debate? What would you wish they talked about? You know, what do you think?
Oh, that's a good question. Like, what subject did they not bring up in the debate, which they should have brought up?
Yeah,
that's a good question of the day. We should ask our listeners right now, like, what should they have brought up at the debate that they didn't bring up? And before we even get to that, we can just start off with some quick messages from the listeners. You want to hear them, Ed?
Yeah, let's say hi to some people.
All right, this is Jeff Ross and Ed Larson. This is a special stereo edition of Thick Skin with Jeff Ross. We love hearing from the listeners.
Okay, so I did not watch the debate, but people were sending me all the details. And one of the interesting things is that for some reason, the standard or the expectation for Trump is so low. Folks were oddly impressed. They're like, look at him with a subject and a verb. Like he almost sounds like a president. It was crazy. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna be catching this. This sounds awesome. Y'all both have a great time. Eddie Tunes and Jeff.
Thank you, Chubby. Thank you, Chubby. That was a nice way to start the show.
She's right though. Like he finally completes the sentences, and then we're like, thinking he's the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah,
it's like a kid who finally.
Low.
Yeah, it's like he finally learned how to tie his shoes.
Right.
The
learning curve for we're teaching our presidents how to be presidential.
It only took 4 years. Who's next?
Let's see here.
I'm.
Whoops! Oh, we both hit it.
I didn't touch it.
Oh, I'm sorry. The world burning and
Joe Biden seems like he could release his own audio series of telling children's bedtime stories.
I don't know what they're recording themselves or something, but come on, folks, learn how to use the app.
Yeah.
Hey, good evening, guys. Hey, Jeff Ross, how you doing? Hey, I'm not sure if you know how to check where you could pick if what schedule you want to do or not. We just go to your profile, go to talks, and then you can see it there. If it's a time or day that don't work out, then you could switch it up and then you can send it back. Thank you, Straight Facts.
Those were only facts. The guy's true to his name.
Yeah. Well, this is our scheduled 5:00 West Coast time talk here on Thick Skin with Jeff Ross. This is a podcast I do regularly with my cousin, my pal, Eddie Tunes, Ed Larson. He has a new movie out called How America Killed My Mother. You can watch it on Vimeo right now. And it's a really cool movie. And this is our regular podcast. And we wanted to talk about the debate, but sometimes we veer into other subjects as well. And I do love listening to the audio messages because it's the fucking wild, wild west here on stereo. And who else? What other fucking giant star at my level would let these random motherfuckers talk shit?
Okay, so what do you think about that theory that perhaps Trump is just like a comedian. And this entire thing is just a very long performance art piece. And at the very last day, he'll be like, psych, and the documentary's coming out soon. Like, this is just straight Borat style.
It's the biggest budgeted. The budget for the movie is mankind's well-being. So I'm not sure I'm on board with that theory, Chubby, but I do love a good conspiracy theory every now and then. That's kind of what they said about what's his name, the actor who played the Joker.
Heath Ledger.
No, Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, he made that documentary. The guy fought him around, and he went crazy everywhere and was rapping and was on Letterman. And then he said at the end he was just fucking around. But who knows? Who knows what Trump's motives are? I believe Trump's motives were to be the most famous person on earth, and I think he accomplished that. Although Obama has more Twitter followers.
Double the Twitter followers. And, Trump just wants the ratings. That's the only thing he cares about is the fact he doesn't care if he won that debate or lost that debate. He just cares that many people watch that as the Super Bowl.
Right. In his history book, it's like 65 million people watched it. That's more than the World Series. It's probably more than the Super Bowl, right?
I don't have those numbers in front of me, but I imagine they're pretty on par. And no commercials. Big opportunity missed. But these ABC, NBC, good for them for just playing it without commercials. They could really make some good money off of this.
It's sponsored by the Presidential Debate Commission, which means they must pay for the airtime. I really don't know, and or maybe they just pay for the production costs. But there was some good behind-the-scenes stories about the debates from Steve Ross, if you want to listen to it. One of my earlier chats this week, and it's also up on the Thick Skin with Jeff Ross iTunes Apple Podcast page if people want to listen to a back episode from earlier in the week. But I do think it was part debate, part roast battle, and part just straight up spectacle. The whole thing with the families and the masks and these debates they're fucking surreal. They really are. So strange. I mean, are they really important? Does anybody really, how much of Zingers is a part of the presidency,
I mean, everything I remember about Winston Churchill were his Zingers.
That's true. I guess, but they didn't say anything that quotable.
No.
The only really great quote that you remember is the last debate when Biden just said, this clown, he called him a clown. I was like, wow, that's really like a new low in debating. He just dismissed him as a clown, which if Hillary Clinton had done that 4 years ago, she might have done better.
She would have been sued by clowns.
Yeah, the clowns have been protesting outside the White House.
It's the cutest protest. They all came in one car.
It is nuts, though. Trump gets coronavirus. He looks fine, and he's out campaigning a week and a half later. It's like the first time, I said this before, but it's the first time I had to turn off House of Cards because it wasn't as interesting as the real life presidency. Normally, Kevin Spacey's character is killing people, and what's her face, Claire Underwood, his wife, Robin Wright, she's killing people. The show is totally off the rails, but now Trump's out there having rallies, killing people. mass genocide of his own people. Herman Cain, and they say his brother died of coronavirus, maybe. And
really,
shit is fucking crazy right now. In the meantime, Biden got to stay home all summer and rest up and stay healthy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. For the one brighter side for Biden with all this coronavirus is at least he didn't have to shake Trump's hand.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh man, I might need a water bottle. My dog is acting really bad. She's tearing up the floor. I don't know.
Boy.
These
What a
rescue
monster.
dogs, they don't care about the debates at all. They're really just not interested. And thank you. Ed and I are in the same house right now, but at different. Even though stereo is really meant, for people that get lonely, but we do it in close proximity. It's a time of night where our dogs start running around going, are you going to take us for a walk, or are you just going to talk on your fucking stereo app all fucking day?
It is weird just like walking past you, trying not to look at you because it'll distract me somehow.
Yeah, no. It's a good way to communicate, and I love hearing from the people. Let's hear some more messages. And this is Thick Skin with Jeff Ross and Stereo Live, where you guys get to join the conversation.
Hey, Yogi Bear. Hi there, bearded lady. How y'all doing? What's up?
Marie Sloan 666. Your jokes are getting much better. I really appreciate you roasting us, and you've been thinking about it more. So shout out to you,
Jeff Ross for mediator. For sure.
Moderator.
Also, I heard you hitting that weed. Hitting that shit too.
Thanks, Jess. Yeah, I would moderate a debate. That would be a career highlight, and also might end civilization as we know it. I'd enjoy writing for a presidential debate. That'd be fun helping write the zingers. In the Ukraine, they had a comedian. He's president now.
Because he destroyed the other guy on a stadium full of people.
He does. Look it up on YouTube. It's great.
No wonder he's so good.
Remember when we went to the debate? We went to Brooklyn. Our buddy Steve Ross took us by boat out to some little, not little, but
the Navy Yard, the Brooklyn Navy Yard.
Right, and we saw Hillary Clinton debate Bernie Sanders 4 years ago.
That was
4.5 years ago. That was a weird one, man.
That woman next to us, do you remember? She was in a wheelchair, and then whenever Hillary made a good point, she stood up and clapped.
Yeah.
Just like.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Oh, you weren't supposed to react, right?
Well, no. I mean, she was in a wheelchair, and she kept standing up and running around.
Yeah, what the fuck, lady? I need a wheelchair until I get excited about a political point. Then I'm fine.
That was
she was cured every good moment, every time she agreed with somebody.
That was really good for me. You went off to go talk to one of the CNN anchors, and then I just buddied up with the representative from Coney Island, and she ended up giving me some tickets to the boardwalk and stuff. So that worked out well for me.
That's what you want from your Coney Island rep, right?
Exactly. Just like, you want to ride the rides? That's all you got.
Jeez, that's great. It was a good debate, and it's one of the beauties of America, right?
Yeah, we stuck around late, and we all took turns peeing in Hillary's trailer.
That was top secret, Ed. Please don't discuss. That's supposed to be top secret. All right, here we go. Thick Skin with Jeff Ross. Let's hear from you fucking people.
Yo, our presidents nowadays, they look like two old men fighting in the retirement home over a fucking game of dominoes, I swear. And the other thing, too, Jeff, have you ever seen a snail masturbate?
Every time I look in the mirror, motherfucker, I see a snail masturbate.
What is the strain of the day, Jeffrey?
The strain of the day is sativa. Is there one named after the presidential candidates? Maybe that's the one.
Hey, Jeff, it's Shahan. I just wanted to ask you, when you were roasting Trump during Trump's roast, did you ever think in any possibility that Trump would be president?
Not in a million years. Not in a million years. It was a joke. Yeah.
You definitely egged him on, though, to run for president. You feel
right, because it was a joke.
You feel any guilt now?
No, it was a joke. I thought he could take a joke. He took it seriously.
Remember when Hillary stole your joke and tweeted about it?
No, what was that?
Your Chapter 11 joke.
Oh yeah, she did do that, didn't she?
Yeah, she totally did. You were classy about it, though. I'm bringing it up, but you were classy about it.
What was it? Was that at a debate?
Yeah, no, she tweeted it, and you just retweeted it. You didn't call her out, but it was I read The Art of the Deal. It was really good. It had 4 Chapter 11s.
That's a good solid roast joke about Trump's finances. But yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with people. If I do a joke that's that good and it has an impact, I'm happy if people do it. I don't care. I'm not proprietary. I can always find another joke. And by the way, on election night last time, I was invited to Hillary Clinton's. Here's a story I always tell. Ed knows this one, but I got invited to Hillary Clinton's victory party at the Jacob Javits Center. Listen, folks, have you ever gone to a wedding and the bride dies walking down the aisle? That was a tough party. I wonder if I should post a picture of that. I have a picture of like all the big stars: Katy Perry, Gaga, Orlando Bloom, Jesse Jackson, Billie Jean King. They're all sitting there like seeing Trump win, and it's a tough picture, but it is 4 years ago. Maybe
I think it's appropriate. I think it's very appropriate. Don't count your chickens before you hatch. Before they, just like talk. I think you need to talk about that day more than ever these next 2 weeks.
Interesting. Throwback Thursday and post that picture.
Yeah, that's a great idea, bud.
Say don't forget to vote.
Mm-hmm. Billie Jean King. That must have been tough. That was like that was her chance to see a woman become president.
I remember walking out of the place. I was with my friend Amy, and we were in the elevator leaving with Billie Jean King, and she was just teary-eyed with her wife and with her partner, and saying how she thought she now she'll never see a female president in her lifetime. She was really sad about that.
Well, technically, it could happen in 3 weeks.
What if Joe Biden wins and he transitions to be a woman?
I got one better. What if Donald Trump wins and then him and Joe Biden get married?
Melania leaves. Says, I'm leaving you. And in order to keep the office, somehow Biden has to marry same-sex marriage, and the Pope flies in and he officiates the whole thing. I like it.
Oh my God! So
I think
funny.
that could be. I think we're onto something. House of Cards, season 7. Can add in Chris Christie as the caterer. We can call it House of Carbs.
So you have a choice between chicken parmesan or meatball parmesan, or
we got
some veal
Zeppelis.
parmesan.
Got some Zeppelis for dessert. We're gonna some wedding Zeppelis from the boardwalk over here, and
custards. We got 3 different types of custards.
Yeah, it's a Jersey Shore wedding. Man, we've gone down a weird path here today, Eddie Tunes, but it's all good. This is Jeff Ross. This is Thick Skin. We are live on stereo tonight, having some fun with the listeners.
I mean, if Trump would spend more time focusing on actually tactfully responding and stop responding more or less like, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. Would you say, no, you? Your mom goes to college. What? No, you. You. No, you. No, you. What? Oh, that's not me. That's you. I'm the least person that would ever. No, seriously. No, you. You?
All right. How about when Trump calls himself the least racist person in the room when there's there's a person of color moderating? Like,
I know. Well, I don't know. She could be racist against people who are, not like her. Who knows? I mean,
well, she could be
is the least
prejudiced. She could be prejudiced. She can't be racist. That's the difference.
I see.
I'm the least racist. You fucking
Did they
idiot.
fact check that? They have to go ask everybody how racist they are. How do they fact check that one? Are you okay, buddy?
I'm good. This banjo got me.
This is fun. This is a lot of fun.
Oh.
We're getting some really good comments today here on our special live edition of Thick Skin. Here we go. Some more comments.
Addressing Joe Biden's stutter, I believe he's just trying to figure out which lie he's got to call Donald Trump on in the short time he's got. He's got to come up with all the facts to disprove everything he's just said. It's just incredible of the rubbish that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth. It's as you saw by Joe Biden, it's hilarious. I was laughing. I can't imagine how America was, but it was entertaining.
I definitely laughed a few times. And if you think about the bullshit that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth, I've seen him eat. You should see the bullshit that goes into his mouth.
What'd you see him eat?
I saw him eat a cheeseburger and dip it in mayonnaise. Just had a side of mayonnaise to just dip it in.
God, how is he still alive?
I don't know, he's having fun, man. He's getting all that exercise tweeting.
His thumbs have abs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you. From over in England, we have some listeners now too, which is fun.
Very cool.
Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts to Thick Skin with Jeff Ross. Here we go. We are live on stereo. Talking to you, motherfuckers. What you got?
Yeah, a lot of good questions brought up during the debate. One thing they stayed away from, I wish they would have talked about, all these babies and kids missing, and separated from their parents at the border. Kim Jong's wife gone for 9 months out of public appearance, possibly having a baby. I guess they wanted to stay away from that because Biden's too busy touching them.
Interesting. They definitely talked about the border and the kids in the cages for a long time.
I thought Biden did really well on there.
He did real well, but I will say Trump had a heck of a point. Who built those cages? They were there when he got there.
Is that true? Is that actually true? Do you know that, or did he just say that?
Barack Obama deported more people than Trump. To Mexicans and Latinos, he was known as the deporter in chief, and he deported more people than Trump has. So
if there's really kids that got separated from their parents at the border, like the Sophie's Choice moment, then that's beyond the pale of.
Yeah,
we're no better than criminals. We're kidnappers.
I mean, it definitely got worse under Trump. Obama's 8 years to Trump's 3.5. So it's obviously it's a little different. Trump will beat him if he goes 8 years, but they did it too. They definitely did it too. And so, but they went out good with the Dreamer stuff, which was nice. But
that was nice that Biden calls out the DACA and the Dreamers, and I was happy about that. He hit some really good notes, Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as an undecided voter, I'm starting to lean towards Biden. How can you still be undecided? Hey, I really need to hear. I got to hear both of their opinion on, overseas fishing permits. But he's putting kids in cages and he's racist. Yeah, but I don't like Biden's stance on overseas fishing permits. And he may have made some money in the Ukraine 20 years ago. for a minute.
I was talking to a family member who's a big Trump fan recently, and I was like, honestly, tell me what you like about him. I was like, tell me what it is. He's like, the sales of milk to Canada are through the roof. That's what he told me. And I was like, that's the worst answer I've ever heard in my whole life.
Yeah, we're selling more milk to Canada.
Yeah. It's like, all right, sure. Yeah, we're selling more milk to Canada. I'll give it to you.
Right, but he
fine.
just put a Supreme Court justice on that's going to ban abortion.
Oh, my God. And all three of the Supreme Court justices, they all worked for George Bush when he beat Al Gore.
He's banning abortion and TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like TikTok is how much more time you have left to get an abortion if Trump gets reelected.
That's a good one. Good one, Jeff. Where's your bell?
All right. Let's see. Let's talk to some more of the listeners. This is Thick Skin with Jeff Ross, live on stereo. What you got to say, motherfucker?
I think the real question is, could Joe Biden figure out how to use Twitter within the 4 years of his presidency?
Yeah, I hope
Probably
he doesn't.
not, and hopefully he won't.
Yeah, it'd be the best
Hopefully
thing for
he
him. The amount of time Trump spends on Twitter. It'd be good to get that time back.
You know, we don't need the vice president of the United States or the president of the United States worried about his social media. It's already. Have you been watching this documentary, The Social Dilemma, on Netflix?
Oh my God, dude! I watched it. I come home on mushrooms, and my fiance is like, "Let's watch The Social Dilemma." I was like, "I don't think I can handle this right now," and she's like, "No, let's watch it." And I couldn't. I was correct. It was way too much for me to handle. It was so upsetting. The thing I took away from it, which is interesting when it comes to social media, when it's free, you're the product. When Facebook, Twitter, when it's free for you, then someone is selling you. And that was like what I took, like that blew my mind. I never thought of it like that.
Well, I don't know why that's new to people. That's what TV is. That's what TV and radio are. All right, dogs.
Yeah.
Cool it. But, I get it. Then he makes the further distinction that, Google and YouTube, they were tools and search engines as we knew them. So, and email. So,
unchecked.
Why would your tool? Yeah. But, advertising has been controlling us forever.
Yeah. For sure.
Speaking of controlling us, I cannot control the messages. I love stereo. I adore stereo, but this is like the third time that my messages freeze. So now you have all these fans leaving messages, and I can't control it. You have to do it.
Let me see what I could do here.
All right.
Jeff, Eddie, I think you should follow me back. I want to paint you like one of my French girls. Oh, yeah, baby.
All right, I just followed you, Bob.Ross. I just followed you.
Bob Ross, I got to say, a note for Bob.Ross would be, be a little more, like friendly about it. Like, oh, why don't you follow me? Like put a little more loft in your voice when you're talking. You'll be more like Bob Ross.
Yeah, maybe that would help.
So what do you guys think about this? I was talking to my black friend that I work with.
Jesus.
And he was telling me, Trump gets this bad rap. It's always like, Trump, why do you hate black people? But if you just compare the facts, like if you just left the names out between like Obama and Trump, he was telling me like Trump got criminal justice reform done. He like increased the funding for historically black colleges like 10x. He released a new like $500 billion funding for inner city black businesses, opportunity zones, like stuff that Obama never even tried or attempted. So isn't that weird? Like if you think about it, take the names out, just make the list. It's really not even close who was better for black people, right?
No. No. You can't say that the first black president was worse for black people than the guy who's inciting civil war. I don't like that's the craziest thing. No, Trump, he did minor things to try and help win the vote. He was quoted recently in saying, "Why did I even do that? Black people still hate me." It's all vain. He did it to win over voters, and thank God he did it. We needed it done. And Obama did try and do it. He just had Congress block him every damn way of this, every step of the way. And so Trump got it done because Trump attempted to get it done, and he had Congress behind him. I'm sorry, I got a little upset there.
Well said, Eddie. Well said. He was really pushing his criminal justice reform stuff hard last night, but I still don't think he's done enough in that department to take all that credit. He's just doing what's obvious and what's right, which is letting nonviolent criminals out of prison when they shouldn't have been in prison in the first place for probably more than a few weeks or months.
Yeah,
some of these people are in there for decades.
We still have 1/4 of the prison's population is in America, and that doesn't count everything that's going on down at the border. He didn't do enough. I'm going to kick the next person.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff, I'm a long-time listener, long-time fan. I'm a second-time caller. What celebrity or famous person would you love to roast next?
Always love this.
Who would I love to roast next? Whichever candidate loses the election.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I would love to roast Trump if he loses or Biden if he loses.
Mm-hmm.
And Bernie Sanders would be a great roast. Hillary Clinton would probably be the highest rated roast ever.
Oh, my God.
Just seeing her laugh at herself would be so interesting and cool.
She deserves a roast. She really did try hard for this country. When she was first lady, she was always going around championing, trying to give us health care, and we all just yelled at her.
Yeah. We're such an ungrateful lot, right? That was a bold move last night when Biden, that reset of Obamacare.
Oh, yeah, calling it Biden care. And he wants to...
adding something to it and calling Biden care. Obviously, he had to work that out with Obama, and I thought that was a very, very great strategic move and very, very gracious of Obama.
Now, Obamacare is the ACA, is the Affordable Care Act, is Obamacare.
Correct.
So... wasn't it the Republicans that called it Obamacare because they wanted it to fail so bad? Wasn't
Well, maybe, but then eventually it just became Obamacare and it served Obama. It's a nice, tribute to him pushing it through. But I think the strategy's got to be. And when I heard it, I immediately thought, you know what? Trump and the Republicans have been bashing Obamacare. It probably has some liability in that respect, and maybe it's not even a perfect plan. Let's let Biden continue my legacy and put his name on it. So for better or worse, it goes to him now. And, Obama has enough of a legacy without it, and his life is going to be fine without it being called Obamacare. So I don't know. I thought that was a really wise move on the Biden front last night.
Yeah, and it's interesting how they put it. I looked, they were going to make health care available for everybody, but make private insurance still something where the private insurance companies then have to drop their prices and compete with the government for health care. And I think that's genius. So you're not taking away good health care. You're not taking away the private sector, but you're just going to make them compete and lower their prices so more people can get it. I think it's a genius idea.
Baller move there, Biden. Play
all right.
Jeff Ross has the body of a Viking who gets too drunk, has sex with a young boy.
Dangerous. Are you reading my diary again?
That's why this stereo app is so great. You could get the most serious you ever got in your life, and then just the worst people come on and just destroy you for no reason.
I like it.
Oh,
I take that as a compliment. Go ahead.
Next.
I think one of the best lines from the debate was Trump saying, "I ran for you, Joe," because it sounded like a love song.
I ran for you, Joe. I ran for you, Joe. You don't know, Joe. I ran for you, Joe.
The reality is that America is so dumbed down right now with everything going on that they don't even know what's true and not true and what to believe and not to believe. So here we are in the middle of this shitstorm.
I ran for you, Joe.
I
got no vote. I got your vote. The two, though. I don't know. All right, go ahead.
You are now tuned in to the Thick Skin with Jeff Ross and Eddie Tunes live on the Stereo app. Be sure to follow Snipe Luciano on Instagram tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Thank
Appreciate
you,
the
Sushi,
help.
or whatever that was. But
it cracks me
somehow
up when people
what?
promote. When people try to promote our show during our show on our show, it doesn't help. You know, that's
Well, they're
I
just trying to
appreciate
do
it.
they're trying to get in a plug for their show, which is like, who's going to listen to that and go, "Ooh, that guy did a great plug. I'm going to listen to his show." I mean, seriously. I mean, maybe engage with us and then you do your thing. But I think I got control of these messages here. Let's see.
Hey, what's up, skanks? I like listening to y'all. What's good?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. She's live from the Redneck Riviera Bar in downtown Nashville. I don't know. I'm curious about her. I'm going to follow her. I'm on a following spree today, Ed.
Oh wow!
I lost control. Yeah.
All right.
Hit another one.
Well, I was there for that too. That was crazy. A Navy Yard over there by the water. Forgot about that. That's right.
These debates were quite interesting. I really enjoyed the mute feature of the evening. If only they could have that for Trump's Twitter.
Ooh, Ivan News. That's good. That's good. Yes.
Hey, take it easy there, Jeff. You're a funny guy. I just say, you got me good.
Oh my God!
Thank you, Winchy.
I'm so worried for those children.
Yeah, these kids are running around while he's talking to us on fucking stereo. I love the fans. But,
back in the late 90s when.
Sorry about that. I cut you off.
No, it's okay.
All right, here's the next one.
Hey, Jeff Ross. What is it that when some people are doing the Trump impression, it's like almost a mixture of every comment, but almost to the point. But, hey, it's almost like a crossbreed with every comment from South Park, and it's like, but he's like out of gas.
Those kids, I don't know. Those kids got a bow and arrow, like they got a fork and a toaster. And this guy's just like.
He sounds like he's got some bad kids in there. They sound kind of like little versions of him, right? I mean,
yeah.
But it's okay.
For sure.
Whatever we can do to keep our friends company. That's what this show is about. Life is hard, but we're getting through it together. Live on stereo. This is Ed Larson, and I'm Jeff Ross, Thick Skin. And you guys, you can get to say whatever the fuck you want.
Jeff, the last time that you slayed pussy was probably when Reagan was still in office.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Barry. I slay a lot of pussy. I'm Ronald Reagan. All right, hit the next one, Ed.
I heard Netflix is signing a deal with Trump after his low IQ Mexican comment. It's going to be called White House Downs.
Nice one, Ivan News. Nice one.
Trump's only still in office because he's so gross. If he didn't look like a tall descendant of the Oompa Loompas, we could get somebody to give him a blowjob in the Oval Office. Melania won't even give him an OTPHJ. That's an over-the-pants hand job in case you skipped junior high.
Nothing but gold. Thank you so much. The best part about his little mini roast there was that he waited till he pressed the record button to clear his throat. It's like, he got
Excuse me.
nervous, but yeah. All right, hit the next one.
It was awesome that he called himself the least racist person in the room, but there were like 3 people in the room.
Yeah. There was an audience. There was a small audience.
By the way, they weren't allowed to react, the debate audience. So, like, I don't think that in that case, like, I don't think I get why there's an audience at all if they can't react, right?
I mean, people are just desperate for entertainment. 65 million people watched, two guys argue. Like, we all already know who we're voting for, but we still watched. We wanted to see the fight. That's what it was. It was meet me by the tree at 3 p.m. after the last bell. That's what it was.
I think tomorrow I should do a special roast the host on stereo where I have Abe Lincoln on, and
good idea.
We'll see how he feels about what Donald Trump said.
Oh my God! Possibly better than him. Possibly better than him. He said. What a yut. You call yourself Abraham Lincoln? No one gets to call themselves Abraham Lincoln. Like, Gandhi doesn't get to call himself Abraham Lincoln.
No, he said since Abraham Lincoln.
I know, yeah. Well, no, then he said possibly better. He said possibly. He said after that. He definitely did both. Let's get the next one. We're running out of time.
Okay.
Trump likes to say he's the least racist person in the room when he's in a room full of KKK members.
Yes, the real RT. Good one. Keep going.
Donald Trump knows everything. He's kind of like Alexa with a smaller dick.
Good. Dragon Mastery.
Yo, Jeff, completely off topic, but I miss seeing your ass at Rainbow. Shit, I miss seeing anyone anywhere, really. But I was curious what you think about Ron getting scooped up, fucking facing 250 years in jail. That shit's crazy, man.
Oh, man. I feel bad for Ron Jeremy, and I feel bad for all the chicks that he felt up, and I feel bad that I haven't been at the Rainbow or any other bar or restaurant so fucking long. Ron Jeremy, I'll just never forget doing a TV taping and looking out in the audience, and there he was, sound asleep every fucking time. Every fucking time.
I've only been in 2 movies my whole life, like as an actor. And he's in both of those movies. It always bothers me.
Wow. Are you fucking in these movies? Are they regular movies or porno movies?
It's a horror movies.
Oh, his real life is a horror movie. I guess.
So then when you guys, have you ever seen The Simpsons, that episode where it says Ivanka 2028 on The Simpsons? Is that because when Joe Biden and Trump get together and they have that divorce, that's her way of getting back at Trump and becoming the first female president?
Okay. That's an interesting...
I don't know. I don't think that was mayonnaise. I think that was tartar sauce.
Sal the Savage. All right.
But Trump's the healthiest person in the United States.
She's right.
He might just...
Bro, what's wrong with dipping... What's wrong with dipping
some sauce?
A cheeseburger in some mayonnaise? Yeah, a sandwich and some sauce, bro. That sounds good to me.
Wow, what a big deal.
God, is that what we're coming to talking about? Gee.
It does sound good, doesn't it? It does sound good.
That sounds awful. Mustard for me. Mustard ketchup mix. I ain't messing with that mayonnaise on my burger. There's enough going on there.
All right, hit the next one.
Go Trump! Go Trump! Go Trump!
Why is your mother on the phone? Why? I don't understand why.
I mean, honestly, he should go. He should go.
Yeah, he deported more people, but the only reason is because Trump put a lockdown on the border and nobody's allowed in. There's asylum laws, and he's breaking them all.
Hell of a point. Hell of a point.
Good point.
Jeff Ross. I thought. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I thought you was dead, bro. I didn't know you was doing comedy still, man. I watched you back in the, when I was a kid in the '90s until you just one day disappeared, and I found you on the stereo. I thought you was fantastic. I saw.
Get to the point already.
He was getting there, Ed. You got to be patient. Not everybody's a professional broadcaster like you.
I get mad. I'm sorry. Can you? Here we go.
Yo, Jeff Ross, I'm a big fan, man. I'm a really big fan, bro. I fuck with you, bro, heavy.
Yeah, he fucks with you, Eddie. Thank
Hell
you,
yeah. Hellboy.
Hit another one.
Well, I feel like the only thing more entertaining than Donald Trump is Googling Jeff Ross with cornrows.
That is a good look. And of all the things you could Google about me, that's one of my favorites. Keep going. Monster Inside.
What about the Manchurian?
Manchurian candidate.
The Manchurian candidate. Why don't you watch that?
You know how they were gonna take out the president, so the vice president could rule the country.
Yeah, Monster Inside.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Biden took money from China. It's all on the laptop. You'll see it soon. Giuliani, who everybody loved during 9/11, you know, he was the mayor there. Just cancel that.
Thank you, Monster Inside, for that insightful commentary. Hit another one.
Hey, Yogi Bear and Bearded Lady, how would y'all like to, eventually after all this bullshit, would you like to all hang out and write something or start a talk show or something where you talk smack and you smoke pot? Would you be objective towards that?
Oh, yeah. Count us in. That's kind of what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
The only reason Trump isn't hiding in his basement like Biden is because he has all those parents of those kids at the borders.
Okay.
Yes, Eddie, speak the truth. Whoever's coming in here defending Trump, no way. All I gotta say is, hey, Donald Trump, you suck. I wanna know why you're such a cunt.
Thanks, Kai. Thank you, Kai, for that performance.
Love Kai.
I appreciate what you guys talk about. As for Trump, he got a lot of trouble over time of his period of giving away the intel to the Russians and all, and got his computer stolen and laptop stolen and whatnot. I mean, and he just don't. It seems like he doesn't really care what he says in a Twitter a comment. I mean, he's just bossly. In other words.
Yeah, right.
All right, I let him talk that time.
Thank you.
And I stand by my decision of cutting him off earlier.
Thank you.
I still think Beyonce had the best album of the year.
All right.
What? She didn't have an album this year.
He's doing Kanye. He's doing a Kanye impression. I think.
Okay.
But that was fun.
I heard Netflix is signing a deal with Trump after that low IQ Mexican comment. They're thinking about calling it White House Downs.
We got there.
Again?
You said that joke already. Yeah, the same joke.
Yeah. Come on.
Ooh, I love that caller or the person who just messaged in about who you would want to roast the most. I think it'd be cool to take a poll from your peeps on Instagram and find out who they want to see you roast the most.
You know what?
Host,
Ed,
roaster, toaster.
good idea.
Sorry.
Good idea, Kai. Ed, next time we do one of these live stereos, that should be the question of the day. Like, who should we roast next?
That's a perfect question of the day. All right, I'm putting it in my notes. Let's hear who's next.
Good.
This year I decided if I'm going to vote, I'm just going to write in Batman. If you had to write in a candidate, which would you guys choose?
Mia fucking Mars. I would choose Bill Gates.
Bernie Sanders. What are we even doing here?
Bernie.
All right.
Right. I guess you're right. Bernie Sanders. I take it back. Bernie Sanders. All right.
Hey guys, big fan. I just wanted to ask you how y'all deal with general apathy with, like the elections and everything, and how do you keep on caring? Is it money that motivates you guys? Is it the clutch of performing? But how do you stay motivated in the face of apathy?
How do you stay motivated in the face of apathy? Great question.
Well, that's a great question. I wanted to hear your answer to this.
Well, I stay motivated by you got to get up. You don't always have to have know what your motivation is, but if you can, it's kind of like when you walk into a sad situation, like you're going to open a hospital door and you don't know what's behind it. If somebody you care about is badly sick or injured, and you go, well, I could walk in there and burst into tears, or I could force myself to smile before I open the door. So no matter what I see, I'm bringing, light instead of darkness to the situation, just to get through it. And motivation in the face of anything is just get up. Once you get up, anything can happen, and it's usually going to be good. So I just say, get up, start moving your feet, and usually some positive motivation will follow.
Also, I love that's great advice, man. That's great advice, and I think that a lot of times we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to get like if your house is filthy, it's quarantine, we're all living at home, we don't want to do anything, and your house is a total disaster, it's a total mess. Well, here's what you do. You don't need to tackle the whole house at once. That's insanity. It'll take you too long. Just clean a spot. Pick a spot and clean that spot. And when that spot's clean, you'll be like, oh, this is nice. You hang out in that spot, and then you go find yourself another dirty spot and you clean that spot. And then you celebrate and you be proud of yourself. There's no I'm not an apathy person. I'm more of an empathy person. And so I sometimes I strive to be apathetic. I get too emotional sometimes. All right, so we're at 5:58 here, buddy. Do you want to take some more calls?
I think we should take some more calls and talk a little bit more. I know you want to do a roast in peace, but I think we should save it because this is really the debate show, and the roast in peace will be good tomorrow.
And these have been, I got to say, this is probably our best group of callers we've ever had.
I really like the vibe tonight. The people that we call them callers, but I guess they're messengers or they're just people who are contributing to the conversation. This is a live Thick Skin with Jeff Ross.
The Stereettes, we should call them.
The Stereettes. The Stereettes. Let's see what the Stereettes have to say, Ed.
I came for you. I ran for you, Joe.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I just want to thank you for your contribution to the entertainment and arts sector, because without you guys, we'd all be going insane during these lockdowns and stay-at-home measures that we've got with our governments and stuff. And the arts and entertainment and all that kind of music industry is under threat right now, especially here in the UK. 4.5 million people have been displaced, and our government has told us to train in something else, which is disgusting because of the year. I know how much hard work you've put in to craft what you've become. So, cheers. What do you think about that anyway?
Thank you, Bob.
Wow. Thank you, Bob. Very nice, Bob Ross.
It's a little,
that was a happy little treat of a
encouragement
comment.
for us. Yeah,
friendly little clap.
Positive. Yeah, very nice.
Hello! It is I, Food, once again, sending blessings to all's tummies. Thank you, Jeff Ross, and thank you, Eddie Tunes, for the audio waves. Sending love and blessings to your tummies as well. From Food.
Love you, Food. Today's
Love
show
Food.
is sponsored by Food. Thank you, Food. Without food, we'd all be food, I guess. Without food, we'd all be dead. So don't be fooled.
Thank you, Food.
By imposters. There's no substitute for food.
Hey, Jeff, what's the over-under on which of the candidates last night was actually wearing a diaper?
Oh, come on.
Oh.
That's too much. I mean, I can't even imagine it. Don't even go there.
There's a chance Trump's wearing a diaper. He just got off of COVID. We don't know what his body's going through.
Nah, they both seem pretty vital. I think they're too young for that stage, but I get what you're coming from. All right, what's next?
Jeff Ross, I'm so sick and tired of you doing this. Stop telling people you're thick-skinned. You're just fat.
Oh my God, that is the joke of the night. That is truly the joke of the night. That is truly the joke of the
The
night.
motherfucking roast master in the goddamn flesh. Ain't that about a bitch? Hey, man, Vegas is opening up when you finna swag out there and do something.
Yeah, I'm due, Shodaffy. I'm due for a Vegas trip, man. Can't wait. What's next?
Jeff Ross' favorite rapper is Ludacris, and his second favorite rapper is Eminem. Yes, darling, I have been reading your diary. So I just want you to know, if you want it back, you're going to have to start telling better jokes. I won't give it back unless you do. If you do another roast, please come a little bit harder. I know that's hard for you, being a white man and all, getting hard. I'm a black Englishman myself, so I don't have a problem with that. I probably would cuck your wife.
What the fuck, Dangerous? That's crazy.
I really enjoyed the side view they played of Trump, or showed of Trump. He really puts the ass in the JFK assassination.
Jesus.
All right. A little stretch in it there.
This guy's had a lot of
Eddie Tunes
today at it. Yeah. Oh, that guy was good as shit.
Oh, that's
Jose
my
the Hype, I'm
fault.
sorry.
Yeah,
Ed's
I got
big-
these fat
Ed's
fingers.
Ed's big fingers.
Possibly better than him. Possibly better than him. Whatever. You call yourself.
Oh, this guy hit the wrong.
Trump calling Biden out.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, when you have money, you're probably the healthiest person in the United States. You got some strings.
Salads are
29.
expensive.
They are. All right, keep going.
Did you guys all see the new Borat movie yet?
Not yet.
No.
I want to see it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to get together with a couple friends outside tomorrow and watch it somehow.
Great idea.
That's messed up. Everybody knows that the mayonnaise is for the French fries.
Oh, boy.
The mayonnaise, it's for the French fries. I'm with you, babe. Thank you, Esamizanuga.
Mike Pence is so white he believes that mayonnaise is spicy.
Jose the Hype, another clunker, another homer. Way to go.
Oh, man.
A couple more, Ed. One more big laugh and we'll wrap it up.
Evidently, you have not
idea.
been watching and listening to Trump
because if you had, you never would have said that.
That's probably true, yeah.
And Jeff Ross, you're the man. Shout out from Summit, New Jersey, next door neighbors to Union. Love your show, man. Ash in the house.
Whoa!
Thank you.
I was in Linden last week.
That means a lot. You officiated your cousin's wedding, your niece's wedding.
My cousin. It's my first cousin's daughter. I officiated her wedding out by Fort Dix.
Do you get nervous? Do you get nervous when you do that?
Oh no, I'm the Rock. They're I can't get nervous. They're nervous. They're getting married. They don't ever perform. It's easy for me. If you're at a wedding, anything you say that's slightly funny kills. So it's not that hard. For me it was pouring rain the whole time, and I had to stand there in the rain and do it. So that was kind of interesting. And then just talking everyone who was there into standing in the rain because that's the only way we could do it safely in COVID was just getting drenched. And then and then we were right by Fort Dix in New Jersey. And then in between my sentences, you could just hear gunfire. It was just like, we are gathered here today to witness these two. It was so crazy.
That is so crazy. But what a mitzvah that you do that for your family. It's so nice.
I flew across the country in the middle of a pandemic to make sure my cousin was married to a good man. I do it again. I love him so much.
That is beautiful.
Let's do a couple more.
What do you think? What do you think? Should we do this roast in peace or save it for the regular show?
I mean, we could do it and then do it again.
Yeah, I feel like we could post this as a thick skin because I had a lot of laughs with you today, and where there's laughter, there's always pain. For new listeners to Thick Skin with Jeff Ross, we always pay tribute to people we lost with our special roast in peace segment. So life is hard, but we're getting through it together. Ed, Stereo, everybody, God, it's time for roast in peace.
Paul Matters, former bassist for ACDC, passed away this week. He was only employed by the band for a matter of weeks before he was fired by Bon Scott, who fired 3 bassists in under 3 years. Matters had the shortest tenure of the 3 bassists. His cause of death is listed as health problems due to rock and roll lifestyle. No joke.
Wow. That's kind of beautiful. He had the shortest tenure of all the bassists for ACDC.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So he was the Scaramucci of ACDC.
Yeah.
For those ACDC fans that still aren't over the death of Malcolm Young, time to get back in black. Are you okay, Ed?
Yeah, I'm all right. I just hit the weed.
I don't want to have to do a roast in peace about you, but take it slow. Take it slow. All right, folks. It's time to get back in black because Paul Matters passed away. If you don't know Paul Matters, to be honest, I'm not even sure Paul Matters knew who Paul Matters was. If there's one person who for sure knew it was a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, it was Paul fucking Matters. Let's just hope you're not hearing hell's bells on a highway to heaven. Paul Paul Matters. Paul gave up music after he was fired from ACDC and lived off of disability for the rest of his fucking life. For him, dirty deeds were done dirt cheap. Speaking of dirt, he's got plenty of it now. I'm sorry, ACDC fans. Well, Paul, you finally matter. To us, anyway. Rest in peace. Roast in peace. Paul Matters.
Very nice, very nice. Fitting tribute to the great Paul to the pretty okay Paul Matters.
Paul Matters from ACDC. I feel better already. I want to thank
Paul's life
what?
matters. Paul's life matters.
Paul's life matters. Does it though? Apparently, it didn't matter to ACDC. They fired him. But he died the way everybody wants to die, from his health issues related to his rock and roll lifestyle. What do you think that really even means?
Not just men. He drank himself to death, I think.
Either that or like a fucking stack of amps fell on him. I think you're probably right, Detective Ed. You're probably right.
Oh, man. So
All
what
right,
do you
folks.
say?
I know we got some messages out there. Get your emotional support human merch at roastmastergeneral.com. Listen to Ed's other podcast, The Brighter Side, on the Last Podcast Network. Don't forget to download and like and love Thick Skin with Jeff Ross on Apple Podcasts. Check me out on stereo all the time. I'm loving stereo. Thank you all to all of you who left messages tonight. I had so many laughs. Most of all, thank you, Ed Larson, for doing this with me tonight. Don't forget to lock up when you leave.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Let's eat. Let's eat, everybody. Let's eat. Everybody, let's eat. Everybody, let's eat. Everybody, let's eat. Everybody, let's eat. Everybody,